My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That name that strikes fear into the heart of the Protestant when they hear Ethiopia. I lead that very movement of the children of light. And have we not brought enlightenment to all the people? This very movement, as heaven ordained, must free the whole of Nigeria. Everybody must be free. And that light, the same way that the sun rises from the east, that light is coming from the east. As always. This very evening, we are going to pray as we are accustomed to doing here. We are going to hand over our proceedings very, very briefly and concisely to the Most High Elohim in heaven. We must pray. Anyị na-ebuli olu anyị niile elu ebe ya nọ n'ụwa niile nna nke ebere wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-agọzi gị onye dị nsọ mgbe niile ebighị ebi onye ime eluigwe onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị onye ọ bụ naanị ya nọ n'oche eze elu ụwa wee bụrụ ebe ntụkwasị ụkwụ ya anyị na-arịọ gị anyị na-aja gị mma anyị na-eto gị na-asị gị ezi nna pụrụ ime ihe niile biko nye ụmụ gị ezi echiche na amamihe nye ha akọ ma nyekwa ha uche tinye ha n'ime mmụọ ha mmasị nke ụmụnne n'ihi na mgbe niile na nwanne na-aka enyi ka anyị were ịhụnanya ịdị n'otu mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne were na-aga njem nzọpụta nwere onwe nke gị onwe gị dịrị anyị ka anyị wee gaa ma lekwa ndị iro nna nke ebere dị ngọzi isi ga-ekpu ha niile n'otu n'otu aka nsị ha bụkwana ha ọnụ site na amara gị ịgba okwu na anyị ume ezi nna dị ngọzi n'ihi na ọ ga-amasị anyị gụrụgụrụ mgbe bịa anyị wee too gị gọzie aha nsọ gị n'ihe ọma nke ị na-ebe n'ime ndụ anyị anyị wee na-asị na onweghị chi dịka gị onweghị onye ọbụla kere eluigwe n'ụwa ma ọ iwezuga gị nna nke igwe ma o nweghị ihe ọzọ ị ga-eji wee hụ anyị n'anya wee karịsịchaa anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ narị bụ Chineke nna nkuzi niile nke ndị aka a na-akpụ isi ala ya metụ gị n'obi nna ndị nsọ na anyị bụ ụmụ gị ya metụ gị n'obi na ala Biafra bụ ala nke gị ya metụ gị n'obi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna ka i wee lekọtakwa Izrel ka isi elekọta ya na mgbe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ụjọ niile nke ndị iro anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka ịhụnanya gị wee mụbaa n'ebe anyị nọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ ka i wee gọzie ụmụ gị n'ụzọ pụrụ iche bụ ụmụ gị bụ ndị IPOB n'ụwa niile ndị tụrụ ugo ezinụlọ nke iji aka gị wee hiwe ka ọ ga-abụ n'ikpeta maazụ site n'ihe ịrịba ama nke gọọmenti ga-eme n'ime ndụ anyị ụwa niile ga-asị n'ezie na ndị dị etu a bụ ụmụ Chineke anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi nna bi n'igwe ka i wee nara otuto nsọpụrụ ịja mma mbuli elu na ikpe isi ala ugbu a na mgbe niile ebighị ebi ka anyị na-arịọ gị ise. Thank you very much. Some of you have corrected. Did I say Abuja? It was in Ahaba. They met in Ahaba, not even Asaba. Ahaba. As we have a Habimeni as well. Across Urimini Obaro, that some of you call, or should I say the white man named River Niger. We are here to preach this very gospel. ESM will give it to us. Also, Radio Biafra app. Ị ga-abụrụ anyị ọbụ n'ihi na ịbụ Chineke nna ị ga-abụrụ anyị ọbụ ebe nwe ike na onye nwe m n'otu aka anyị isi ụmụ ahụ na ndị ọjọọ niile bụ ndị kpọtara ndị Fulani Janjaweed n'ala nsọ gị onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe ndị dị etu ọ bụ ndị ga-ekpochapụ n'otu n'otu ị gaghị emere ha ebere anyị na-agba akwụkwọ n'isi ha nna nke igwe n'otu ahụ onwe ha si wee mụta ụmụaka n'ihi na nwa ike mụtara nwoke mụta nwaanyị otu aka akụ nwa hisi wee mụta nwoke mụta nwaanyị ikpeazụ wee mụta nwoke wee mụta nwaanyị nwoke wee mụta nwoke wee mụta nwaanyị nna nke ebere dị ngozi ka ha si wee mechie ezinụlọ ndị ọzọ onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke bụrụ igwe sikwa ka wee mechie ezinụlọ ndị dị etu a n'ihi onwe ihe ọbụla siri anyị na ha na-abụ nna nke ebere obi isi anyị gaa ka anyị na-aga onwe onye ọbụla napụrụ ihe ya n'ike anyị anaghị ezu ochi anyị anaghị agba ama nna nke dị nsọ ị ga-eku n'iwe lụọrọ ndị gị ọgụ onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe obodo ekwesị bụ usu oke ga-ala n'iyi dịka ekwesịkwa anyị na nkwa anyị wee na-arịọ gị na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ọ bụ gị onwe gị bụ onye ehi were Eastern Security Network ọ bụghị mmadụ dị ndụ n'ihi na ọ bụ izi anyị ozi anyị wee zie ndị dị ndụ iwe si n'oge ahụ erule mgbe nnụnụ ọbụla ga-alaghachi na-akwụ onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe na a ga-enwe ndị nche ga-eche ala nsọ gị iwe si etu o wee mee ka ha wee guzosi ike ezi ebube dị ngọzi ihe a ga-eri agaghị atọ ha onye nwe m na Chineke nna ị ga-ekpuchigide ha ị ga-enye ndị mmụọ ozi gị iwu ebe ụmụ gị ndị dị etu anọ bụ ndị nche bụ ndị volunteer anyị wee guzosi ike n'isi ụmụ gị ndị a niile bụ ndị na-eche ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe wee na-asị na ndị mmụọ ozi gị ga-agba ha okirikiri wee chebe ụtụtụ ihe ha bara onweghị atụmatụ ọjọọ ọbụla nke ndị iro ga-emetụta ha n'ahụ nna nke igwe n'ihi na mmeri bụ nke anyị ị ga-arọpụtara anyị ngwa agha ezi ebube ị ga-arọpụtara anyị ngwa agha onye nwe m na ndị Fulani Janjaweed pụta ala nsọ gị anyị sụọ ha akụ nna nke ebe anyị ọbụla ha bụ etoju ala n'ihi na abụghị ekwensu ọ ga-abụ na ekpeta masị na Biafra ga-eguzorịrị onweghị ihe ọbụla mmadụ dị ndụ pụrụ ime ebe Biafra ga-eguzo n'ihi na ihe ọbụla idere n'idewu ya anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị gọzie aha nsọ gị ma bulie gị elu site na ebighị ebi na ruo n'ebighị ebi ka anyị na-arịọ ise once again I welcome each and every one of you this evening, morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you are. We are not able to broadcast live on Facebook because Facebook proceeded to tell me, or in fact they actually said to me that I will not be able to broadcast on my Facebook page. That is the reason Efulefus everywhere. That was exactly what happened. And this fight we are facing now is no different. That is why our and for us to be able to accomplish that, we need to recreate the scenario of Yemen, the scenario of Syria, the scenario of Somalia, in the northern part of the damnable Zoological Republic.
Good afternoon. Good morning. And good evening. Depends on your time zone. This is one of your own. Biafra TV or USB Research TV. As I endeavor to welcome you this wonderful afternoon, I urge you to endeavor to welcome one another to join us by hitting the like button and putting your comments. That is how the message YouTube will push it up so people can see the message and understand it clearly. So I ask you, I urge you, please, only one favor for the message, not for me. The favor is to like and share the message very well. You may not like what we are doing. You may look at it that you don't like, you don't value it. But what we are doing is what Chukwuka asks us to do, not what any other person asks us to do. That is what we are doing. So we are here to make it clear to you to understand that everything that we are passing through today, that in this life, or in the name of fighting to restore a new country, or in the name to fight to restore a lost country, that all these things that we are passing through today, that is happening to us today, all these things has happened in some different countries in this lifetime, in this, what is happening in this our generation that we all are experiencing today. It has happened many places in the past. You see these men at back of this stage or inside the studio. This thing they are doing today, people have done it in the past, but they do not succeed. I said what? This thing they are doing today, people that has done it in their country, in different countries before, they never survived. And I want to assure you that with these things they are doing, they will never make it. Those that did it before in a country like Namibia that have 7GROUP, after the official declaration of Namibia by SWAPO, that officially issue the declaration of Namibia Republic as a country. Before Namibia, or before the organization called SWAPO, the South West Africa People's Organization, there is existing group already that seniors SWAPO. There is one group that was there that seniors this particular group that transitioned to government in exile and issue official declaration. That first group that IPOB is representing today, that group remain in the territory of South Africa and doing their protests without issue official declaration. That is the existing group that feeling that we are speaking for the people. We want a little bit change from South Africa. We want them to treat us nicely like what IPOB organization is doing today. That is the oldest. But I want you to remember that in our own movement, the IPOB is not the oldest. That the oldest is Massob. But because of lack of population of Massob, and because of the voice of Masin and the Kano, people abandon the so-called Massob in a large number. And I am not saying that Massob did not have members. No, that's not what I'm saying. But when you look at what is happening at the stage in front of you at this time, then you will easily understand the angle I am coming from when you see all their names in my headline. Ipob Bgc Massob Brgie Crc, the criminal, the man who know how to steal people's property and claim his own asset, because a mechanic man is always in a corny way stealing people's property and keep it and sell some of them and make money from it. When they know that this material they're moving from your car, we need to keep it, that this thing can carry this person in the next 3 months. when you come. They will condemn it and ask you to go and buy new one. Maybe you buy new one, they will kill that old one. When another person come, they will still sell what they took from you. And the person of giving us ask you, keep it for now. If there is any emergency, bring it, we will fix it for you. They do not do what? Give you what belongs, that they keep it. The same way, Ogechukwu Nkere, Isaiah Anyogo, still the name Brgie that he's spelling today. Some that you are not the owner, you are just an agent, not even a caretaker. They made you agent from being agent. And the money they use to bought the office, the house, when you to the agent, they give you as an agent, it's not for you. And the one thing you can do is to steal the person's property and remove the person's name and put your own. Let me give you another example. Those in abroad, sometimes you will send money to your brother or to your friend to go to a plot of land in Nigeria. I'll use that as an example. And the person who send money will buy the land. Many of them will use their name. When you come back, you will start making case with them. But after all the evidence and verification, you will see take over your property because you are the rightful owner who send money to buy the land. That is what this criminal Ogenkere, aka Isaiah Anyogo, is claiming. Now, on the side of Brgie, of Ogenkere, claiming that he's the owner of Brgie, that have the effrontery to quartize Brgie that the owner never quartized. What are we taking out from there? This is a group that comes out after we have redeclared our country. BGC, CRC, Brgie. I want you to remind me the names of all the groups, both the old and the new, minus Massob and the IPOB. If you know any name that starts exists after Simon Epanjok has come out, please, I want to help me to be putting in my comment section, because on today's program, as we are going to read out the 7 names of the organization that was against the declaration that issued by SWAPO, Southwest Africa People's Organization, that issued official and the formal declaration of Republic of Namibia as a country. The names of those 7 groups, we are going to analyze them today and look at these groups that are here today and give them 1, 1, 1, 1, so you may understand. And as we are doing it, I want you to know that there is no amount of sabotage, there is no amount of group, there is no amount of organization that the world will abandon USB declared with original documents in front of Songozo Arabeze to recognize any other one or working for diplomatic work for you. They only doing that because of that little money that's the money we are giving to them. And they want to remain relevant. That is their mind. I want to give you an example. I remember when I called Chiamaka Ajere in 2003, I told him, Chiamaka Ajere, I want to build can you help me to open YouTube page? He never talked about it and did not give any reply. Because they feel that when you come, so you become relevant like them, people will be calling you, talking to you, and discussing with people. They never want. That is evidence of people that are not really genuine. Those who are genuine are encouraging people to join the media if you can. There is things about this movement, this after we have redeclared our nation. One thing about it is that we have met the standard where we give the other countries the right, the power, the legal backup for them to talk about us, for them to intervene into our matter, for them to enter fully, talk about Biafra as a nation. That is what we, the people that believe that you are a citizen of United States of Biafra. That is what you have done. In the contrary of those words that they use, the power of the external remedial section is involved. The power of peaceful redeclare or peaceful declaration of new and peaceful redeclaration of a lost country. The mandate of giving the world power, other countries in the world, to start talking about you, what we did in November 29, 2024 in Helsinki, Lahti, Finland, is legal way to give every other country backup with our 50 million self-referendum votes that all these people at my back voted, that what they are giving the power to go and redeclare is what? United States of Biafra. I remember before Batobia was being taken away from us, Batobia Simon Eba Njoko called all these criminals that's on the backstage. They all came on social media, on the platform, and signed their signature, voted, adopted that the name that we are going to answer, that the name that we're going to redeclare in Finland is what? United States of Biafra. Adando to Adapole Pole. Mwani Ojobo no Oboji no Ojobo. Agadi my baby. And Shiamaka Jere. And the criminal Ogenkere. All of them voted, adopted together with over 90-something votes. Because it's only happening those in the government, the cabinet member of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE, under Simon Ebanjoko. They all voted that the name is what? Including Eberi Masoni Akparawa, the hardest criminal in this movement, the Satan himself, the Lai Mohammed of our time, Sona Akparawa. They all voted, adopted with Simon, and signed their signature that the name is United States of Biafra. That's what the signature is there. It's an evidence. And who has their signatures? It still remain with one and only Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Is the one. On the self-referendum vote, she still has it. Then on the legal full authority given to other countries in the world by our peaceful redeclaration document, also with her. The charter Ogenkile claims around is with our DPM. Ogenkile has only one copy. If Ogenkile gives one copy out, he won't get another one because he doesn't have any other one. And all his gang. So I want you to center your mind on the names of the 7 group that was against the SWAPO that issued the declaration of Namibia. That is what we are facing through today. Before the Swapo issued the declaration of Republic of Namibia, there was organization that was exist, like when I attach it together, IPOB and Massob together, they are there. They could not be able to issue declaration. They could not be able to form government in exile. They never know what they call transition. They remain in the territory of South Africa and doing their shenanigan protests and whatever they are doing. And South Africa allowed them to leave and be there. Why is it important today for you to know? Is because of the same history has repeats in our own time. That is why I write here, Ipob Bgc Massob Brgie, the fake Bgc Crc claiming so far. CRC repeating 7GROUP that was against Swapo, that issue declaration of Republic of Namibia. Today, all this organization and all this group, all of them are what? Against US declared through our DPM, Dr. Bgc. Is it not true? That is why we need to talk about this program today, finally, for all these saboteurs and all these betrayers. The 7GROUP that emerged after Swapo have issued official and the formal and accepted declaration of Republic of Namibia. Any other group at that time is sabotaging the movement. They are even going to court, challenging the government of Namibia. The history is repeating here. And you are panicking because of all these histories that is repeating in our own time. I want to encourage you. I want to let you to know that what you see all these groups is doing today is exactly what happened in Namibia. And that never stopped the world. Despite the oldest organization that was there before Swapo formed the organization and the president went in exile, that the world only recognized the Swapo because of what? The Swapo is the organization that transitioned in the criteria, in the language of the international global community, to issue a peaceful declaration of Republic of Namibia as a country. Some of all these groups that been formed by the people of Namibia, that South Africa was supervising it and fronting them, they never stopped recognition at all. And they can never do that. So I want you to stop panicking. I want you to understand that you, standing on USD, declared that you are not a saboteur, that you are not sabotaging the movement. But you see all these ngweres at my back. These are the areas we are going to start today. And I also tell you, please, and please, if you remember the names of some organizations that I could not put on here, please put them on comment section. So we will continue from there. I hope we are making common sense to you. So, and I hope you are understanding what we are doing in this platform. So based on that, we are going to dive into today's program peacefully. Yes. Remember what I said right now. I have only name Ipob Bgc Massob Brgie Crc, repeating 7GROUP that was against Swapo, that issue declaration of Namibia as a country. So please, if you remember any other name like the one of Ugo 247 and all these Ashkote one of them, please put them in the comment section, because we are discussing about 7GROUP. In Biafra movement, I think we have 6 or 7 also. Do you see how the history is repeating? After all these groups that emerge, all of them, 7 of them, is attacking Swapo, that stand officially, despite the old organization that was there, and issued a declaration of Republic of Namibia as a country. They fight against this group. 7 of them, 7 groups was fighting against this government in exile. Do they win? The answer is hell no. All the effort of South Africa to present one of them, that even command them to go and do another declaration with the name of the organization and the government in exile, and South Africa was one sponsoring them, even going to the office of the United Nations. South Africa was the one projecting that the United Nations should organize them as the government of these people, and the international community said, no, you are not the first that issued the declaration officially. Look at the government, the group we're recognizing, as they are the one that stand with the name Republic of Namibia for the first time. This is what happened that I want you to understand. So based on that, let's go into the 7 group that 1 was there. So 6, after the declaration of Namibia as a country, 6 group, like what we are seeing today, that is turning around the movement of Biafra as a country. Let's see. The 5 group, you will hear all of them. The 7 group includes Swapo. Is Swapo that issue declaration? If you minus Swapo is 7. If you put Swapo is 8 group. So honestly, I want you to pay attention, and I want you to, like our brother Chibuzede said, please share and like the program if you never do so. Then also before that, let's go into our comment section. Yes, Ama Chigozie, thank you for standing on the protocol I read. I am a citizen of the United States of Biafra. Thank you. Then Chibozede, I am a citizen of United States of Biafra Nation. United States of Biafra Nation, USB. Thank you for that. Enemy should go out transformer. Nigeria must go. Biafra is a nation. Nigeria must go out of Biafra land. Yes, so. And he said to the prayer of Onye Njuma and the Kano. I see Ogonna Yashi also said, I am a citizen of United States of Biafra. Nigeria must go out of Biafra land. Newly redeclared. Okay, thank you for that. Chiboza said, please like and share the program. If you think you can, if you think you want to do that, you are free, it's your hand. Now, listen to the names of this organization. Then I also bring out the first one and what happened. So listen.
Before the UN-supervised elections and the subsequent formal implementation of independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and parties existed in Namibia. Many of these organizations actively opposed SWAPO's vision for a centralized state or its designation as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibian people. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period, complete with their founding dates. 1. Democratic Turnhall Alliance, DTA. Date founded November 5, 1977. Background. The DTA was the primary opposition alliance formed explicitly to counter SWAPO. It brought together numerous small, ethnically defined internal political parties and traditional leaders following the South African-sponsored Turnhall Constitutional Conference. It favored a multi-ethnic, federal system and property protections. 2. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. Date founded September 27, 1959. Background. SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. While it also opposed South African colonial rule, it grew to strongly oppose SWAPO's political dominance and monopoly on international recognition. In the lead-up to the 1989 elections, SWANU factions joined broader opposition fronts to challenge SWAPO electorally. 3. Action Christian National, ACN. Date founded, 1989, registered specifically for the transition elections. Background. The ACN was an electoral front dominated primarily by the National Party of Southwest Africa, which originally formed back in July 1925. It served to represent conservative interests, particularly among the white minority population, and was deeply opposed to SWAPO's socialist economic platforms. 4. National Unity Democratic Organization, NUDO. Date founded, September 25, 1964. Background. Founded by Chief Hosea Kutako and the Herero Chiefs Council, NUDO was created to advocate for the interests of the Herero people. Although it initially cooperated in anti-colonial frameworks, it strongly opposed SWAPO's centralized leadership and later became a prominent founding member of the anti-SWAPO Democratic Turnhole Alliance (DTA) in November 1977. 5. SWAPO Democrats, SWAPOD. Date founded, June 10, 1978. Background. This party was formed in Sweden by Andreas Schipanga, a co-founder and prominent leader of SWAPO who broke away from the main movement.
I hope you are paying attention and you are listening to these particular names and what is their job. Let's continue.
Schipanga and his followers accused SWAPO's top leadership of authoritarianism and human rights abuses in its exile camps. SWAPOD operated as an internal moderate opposition party in Namibia. 6. United Democratic Front, UDF. Date founded, 1989, formed as an alliance for the independence elections. Background. The UDF was launched as a coalition of several smaller internal parties, including the Damara Council and the Christian Democratic Party. It positioned itself as a centrist alternative, opposing what it labeled as SWAPO's totalitarian and one-party tendencies, eventually winning 4 seats in the 1989 Constituent Assembly. 7. Republican Party, RP. Date founded, October 5, 1977. Background. Founded by Dirk Mudge after he broke away from the hardline White National Party, the Republican Party was aimed at white moderates who favored a peaceful negotiated transition away from strict apartheid, but wanted to prevent a SWAPO-led unitary government. It immediately joined the DTA alliance 1 month later. 8. Federal Convention of Namibia, FCN. Date founded, late 1988, early 1989. Background. The FCN was an ethnic and regionalist coalition consisting of several groups, including the Rehoboth Free Democratic Party. The FCN explicitly opposed SWAPO's unitary state design, strongly advocating instead for a federal system that would guarantee local autonomy for historic territories like Rehoboth.
I hope you are paying attention. That is why I told you I have the name, which those I remembered: Ipob Bgc Massob Brgie Crc, repeating 7 group that was against Swapo, that issue declaration of Namibia as a country. In what we are passing through today and in what we are seeing right now that is happening, tell me the difference between Ipob Bgc Massob, fake fallback Brgie, the stealing one from Ogenkere, and CRC. Is it anything different from what these 7 groups, that all of them are attacking the Swapo, that issue a peaceful declaration of Namibia as a country? The most important part of it is that before the Namibia, before the SWAPO organization, the only one that transitioned into government in exile and issue official declaration of a country called Republic of Namibia. They have only one organization. The one stands to happen be stands out there without issuing or standing on the template of the international community that Swapo came up and stand on the template of the international global community. Because of all this group comes out, all of them, 7 of them, was attacking Swapo. Among these 7 groups, 1 was there before Swapo now issue official declaration and remove their hand from protests on the streets and proving a country in waiting recognition. That letter came. The old group that is effective in the protest streets was there. The man who found SWAPO, Transition Government in Exile, and issued declaration. What happened? They could not do it, but they did what? They continued to attack. Is it not attack from different all these groups that are here? Is what US declared is passing through today. That is what is happening. That's why I said my word is that the repeating of the 7 group that was against Swapo, that issued the declaration of Namibia. That is what we face today. Now, the history is not repeating here. Check very well. Do you need to check very well? With the actions of IPOB, with the actions of BGC, with actions of Massob, fake criminal Bgc Brgie, the fake one, and the CRC, what is that? The other ones? All of them today, what are they doing? They all focus attack on the declaration of the United States of Biafra. Now let me tell you one thing. When you think that you are attacking Ngozi Arabeze, you are a deceiver. You are deceiving yourself. You are doing yourself harm than good. You are attacking the country. You are attacking what Maznan Kano prayed for. He never prayed for IPOB as a country. He prayed that the Republic of Biafra will come as a nation, as the last miracle. Now that it has been redeclared, and the only thing you have to do is to continue on your attack. You are not attacking Ngozi Arabeze. You are attacking the prayer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we are doing. You are attacking the old Republic of Biafra that has transitioned the way you as a human being is transitioned from small Nokia touch to Android, from Android to Samsung, from Samsung to iPhone, and all this movement of this new world, from old Mercedes into the new one, from old Honda into the new one. You human being who are into this organization are transition in your life. But the only one thing that you refuse to let this in transition to the final destination is what? The Republic of Biafra that has been redeclared into the modern day world and unified and beautified with the name United States of Biafra. That is what you are attacking. You are not. You are attacking the prayer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and may the prayer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu hunt you down and disgrace all of you. From one to the end of all of you that the only thing you can do is to attack the prayer he prayed, the country he prayed for to come, the country he's in prison because of, and Simon Ebanjok. I am sorry for you. I am deeply sorry for you. I will play it again, then we'll go into to analyze it properly.
Before the UN-supervised elections and the subsequent formal implementation of independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and parties existed in Namibia. Many of these organizations actively opposed SWAPO's vision for a centralized state or its designation as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibian people. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period, complete with their founding dates. 1. Democratic Turn Hall Alliance, DTA. Date founded November 5, 1977. Background: the DTA was the primary opposition alliance formed explicitly to counter SWAPO. It brought together numerous small, ethnically defined internal political parties and traditional leaders following the South African-sponsored Turnhall Constitutional Conference. It favored a multi-ethnic, federal system and property protections. 2. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. Date founded September 27, 1959. Background: SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. While it also opposed South African colonial rule, it grew to strongly oppose SWAPO's political dominance and monopoly on international recognition. In the lead-up to the 1989 elections, SWANU factions joined broader opposition fronts to challenge SWAPO electorally. 3. Action Christian National, ACN. Date founded 1989, registered specifically for the transition elections. Background: the ACN was an electoral front dominated primarily by the National Party of Southwest Africa, which originally formed back in July 1925. It served to represent conservative interests, particularly among the white minority population, and was deeply opposed to SWAPO's socialist economic platforms. 4. National Unity Democratic Organization, NUDO. Date founded September 25, 1964. Background: founded by Chief Hosea Kutako and the Herero Chiefs Council, NUDO was created to advocate for the interests of the Herero people. Although it initially cooperated in anti-colonial frameworks, it strongly opposed SWAPO's centralized leadership and later became a prominent founding member of the anti-SWAPO Democratic Turnhall Alliance, DTA, in November 1977. 5. SWAPO Democrats, SWAPOD. Date founded June 10, 1978. Background: this party was formed in Sweden by Andreas Shipanga, a co-founder and prominent leader of SWAPO who broke away from the main movement. Shipanga and his followers accused SWAPO's top leadership of authoritarianism and human rights abuses in its exile camps. SWAPOD operated as an internal moderate opposition party in Namibia. 6. United Democratic Front, UDF. Date founded 1989, formed as an alliance for the independence elections. Background: the UDF was launched as a coalition of several smaller internal parties, including the Damara Council and the Christian Democratic Party. It positioned itself as a centrist alternative, opposing what it labeled as SWAPO's totalitarian and one-party tendencies, eventually winning 4 seats in the 1989 Constituent Assembly. 7. Republican Party, RP. Date founded October 5, 1977. Background: founded by Dirk Mudge after he broke away from the hardline White National Party, the Republican Party was aimed at white moderates who favored a peaceful negotiated transition away from strict apartheid, but wanted to prevent a SWAPO-led unitary government. It immediately joined the DTA alliance 1 month later. 8. Federal Convention of Namibia, FCN. Date founded late 1988, early 1989. Background: the FCN was an ethnic and regionalist coalition consisting of several groups, including the Rehoboth Free Democratic Party. The FCN explicitly opposed SWAPO's unitary state design, strongly advocating instead for a federal system that would guarantee local autonomy for historic territories like Rehoboth.
I hope it sounds clear to your ear. Now, we are going to talk about all these names that you see on my screen as the headline. for you to understand these criminals, what they are doing. That nothing is new in this world. There is nothing that will happen in this world that instead of eyes to throw water, the eyes will throw blood. Please, I urge you, if you never like the program, please endeavor to hit the like button. Please, that is all I want to do for me. I want you to hit the like button for the message to go far. Not for me either. Make the message to go far is what I am asking you. That is all I want you to do for me. Do for the message, not for me. Please. Because we want our people to honestly understand what is happening and why all this that is happening should not bother us so much. Because of what? It has happened somewhere before. Do you understand it? We that are the Biafran people in general, I want you to listen to this program with you removing Dr. Massob Brgie in your mindset. Do you understand it? I want you to watch this program. Remove Dr. Massob Brgie in your mindset. Have in your mindset that what I want is Biafra as a country, as a nation. That is areas I want you to be thinking towards it. I also want you to be thinking towards the names of these organizations that are being mentioned here. Their dates, when all of them was being formed, the year, and their work as we are moving to the program fully. That is why I urge you to hit the like button and share the program so other people will see the message. And also your comments, because your comments encouraging us that somebody is here listening. When you are not commenting, you are not helping the message, you are not helping us, you are not helping me either. I may sometimes think that people do not like the message and people don't want the message. But I release the message because I want to have the knowledge of what I am doing. When I find out some people, I will share the program to them, they will not comment, they will not like the program, but you will see them posting something when I'm live on my page. I'm not going to force to listen. But knowledge is wisdom. And knowledge is power. When you have the right knowledge, you do the right thing. But when you are misinformed, you do the wrong thing. And the right message is what will bring peace and joy into your mind. The wrong message gives you Hadaino, cry at last. That is what Hadaino gives to you. So, if you wish to like, go on. You don't want to like the message? That's for you. In the Bible, you can't be stingy of just to touch a like button. If you can't touch like, turn it down that you don't like the program, do one. Don't just be on the fence. Remember, I asked you and I pleaded with you, and minus this name I put on my headline, Ipob Bgc Massob fake stealing Brgie CRC repeating seven group that was against Swapo that issue declaration of Namibia. 7GROUP was against one. That one still wins against 7. 7GROUP is against one. That one still win. Example, 500 is against 55 in the United States of America declaration to be a country. The 55 won against 500. That is how Namibia, that is how Swapo win against 7 people. Do you know what it means when one person wins 7 people? For how long are you going to be in this your iberiberism? In this your greediness? In this that this is Biafra movement is a business, is unfinished business. We must finish the business. And we have come to help USB through our DPM we must finish the business. That business you claim, come and talk to Biafrans, is the only way you can build a house, you can do what's talk about Biafra. People will start ashing one and everything. We must end it. You see that Igbo adage. We must cancel that adage. We must. That is the problem that is also delaying the movement. Everybody forgot that who first start running is not the first to win. Or bro into an about World Cup right now. Or bro who's about World Cup ne win near. Or boy open ceremony or boy host three and a win near and you see all these people in my back on the stage here. Gago for Amos in the Ipob, the Massob. No, bro, bruise or bidog ne win no. God, I must answer about World Cup right now. Now I'm gonna say no, bro, only host through World Cup, but we bruise about open ceremony match ne win World Cup. You don't reason. You are messing yourself up here and there, proving how stupidity the black man brain you have that Ojuku battled for. Thomas Nandokukan. Can't you ask yourself, why did Swapo, only one that was going to exile, win against 7 that was attacking 1? Imagine how when 7 people attack you, you will be able to defeat that 7. 7 people attack you. Imagine when 7 dogs attack you, attack one of your dog, and that dog defeats 7. No, you don't know how you feel. Reason. Chegaria. Leave the blood of Ifajuna in your life and repent. He who laughed last, laughed the best. That is why in football, you have players that are substitute players. You might play 90 minutes. The team did not score goal. They will bring someone from the bench in the 90 plus 1 minute. The person will come give the club winning goal or their country. That is where we are. That is what Batobie told Mazinane Kanu. If there is nothing on the table to get Biafra second, that I have come to bring something on the table and look at something on the table of the world right now, which is United State of Biafra redeclared. They talk with documents and with signature. And all the evidence. So, before the UN supervised election and the subsequent formal implementation of the independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and the present existing in Namibia. Many of these organizations actually opposed SWAPO action from centralizing state or its denomination as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibia people. They was against it. People of Namibia with different organizations was against Namibia, saying that all we need is to declare our nation to be extremely out of South Africa. And what happened? All these groups said, hell no. Let us remain the way we are. Let us continue agitation. Let us continue protests. Let us continue 1 million march on the streets. That one day South Africa will be a better country. They refuse to follow SWAPO to transition to have a country. And what happens in this case of Namibia is a very big lesson to you today. It is a very big lesson. And for you who believe in USB, I want you to believe with 100% trust that you are on the right track and we are doing the right thing at this stage that we are into. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period, completing with their founding date. Completed with what? With their the day there was the date of there was being found. I want you to have one thing in your mind before we proceed, so you may understand it. Why Massob and IPOB? Remember that SWAPO was formed in 1960, April 1960. April 19, 1960 is the day, is the year that SWAPO was formed and registered. There was an organization that was there acting like Massob and IPOB organization before SWAPO, Southwest African People's Organization, emerged. Massob was there. IPOB was there before Simon emerged, and they are the one who gives Simon autopilot from the autopilot gear into the Biafra Republic government in exile with the bracket Brgie. This is how we transition. Like people of Namibia, the name organization SWAPO. That's the one being found in 1959 was there without doing it well. Those who formed or who overtake the one of 1959, all are was also the member of the old one, and they now transition into the new one that's issue a declaration of Namibia as a country. in this particular region, in this particular nation, eight organizations are there. That is why today we have IPOB as the old one with Massob. And we have the present BGC that was part of US, the government in Nigeria that issued the Declaration of United States of Biafra. We have those claim that they are Brgie, the fake, the criminal people in the mindset and in the outside of their mind. We have CRC. We have PUK or PUC. Today, I don't know why these old women cannot go and sleep. Onewune has started her own. Look at how corrupt at old age. There is nothing that wisdom of Methuselah has to do with the wisdom of Solomon and the strength of David. Power, las renomas, Obon and Diokeni. So all of you should go and sit down and relax. The Adono Irugoro Onori, the old woman at her age who cannot stand and tell the truth, that are lying to the grandsons and granddaughters in our family. What do you want these grandsons and others to learn from you? Lie, propaganda, criminality in the mindset, ideology of lie is what you are passing to these grandsons and granddaughter and your sons and your daughter. What you sow, you shall repeat. Karma is real. There is how it happens every other places, and today it's happened to us. Now, let's continue. In this 8 group, we are going to be playing and be taking their name one after the other. And we are going to tell you what all of them did against Swapo that issue official declaration of Republic of Namibia as a country. Let's proceed.
Before the UN-supervised elections and the subsequent formal implementation of independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and parties existed in Namibia. Many of these organizations actively opposed SWAPO's vision for a centralized state or its designation as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibian people. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period.
There's something I want you to get from here. What is that? Look at how the world, look at how they've been addressed SWSPO. Many of these organizations eventually opposed. Like those who opposed that Biafra was supposed to declare December 2nd. That is not supposed to declare on November 29. I ask you, if your mother went to hospital and doctor told your mother that he's going to give birth on January, then your mother give birth to you December 31st. What is the date of your birth? Is it the one that doctor being given you, or that day you was being delivered in this world? Why can't you? Because of the criminality in your mind. Because of you want to continue this business for a lifetime business that you hand over to your sons and your daughter because of your cabinet member. That is the reason why you are messing yourself up and bringing cause and a bad name to the members of your family and your born children and the one that has already been born. That is what I want you to understand.
One, democratic.
Sorry, then what happened here? for a centralized state or its distinction as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibia people. The one that issued the declaration of Namibia is the only one the world addressed as the world, the legitimate one for these people of Namibia, the same way today that the world is addressing Bgc as the only legitimate government of the people of Biafra, United States of Biafra, like it or not. The criteria, the template is not coming from you. The template of recognition, the template of putting us where we belong, belongs to other people, not you, because you can't eat your cake and have it back.
Town Hall Alliance, DTA. Date founded.
Now, the number one. The Town Hall Alliance, DTA, was the first. This is another group. After April 19, 1960 of Swapo, that issue official declaration of Republic of Namibia. Now, look at those that emerged after the declaration, like what is happening today. And for these all groups, is exactly what you are seeing today. You will see someone from Brgie forming CRC. You will see someone from CRC forming a BGC. You will see someone from Brgie forming PUC. You will see someone from, let's say, of Biafra forming, name them, you can help me. That is why you can see Ogenkere, Chiamaka Jerry, all of them, Mama Duab, all of them today, they are from the formal official Biafra Republic in exile that issue official declaration of United States of Biafra. Today, they all exist. This is the history of Namibia. All around Namibia, that's why I said that Nigeria studied the method that South Africa used to delay and to deal with the people of Namibia. It's what we are facing through. Nothing more than that. So, this DTA, Town Hall Alliance, date found November 5th, 1977. Remember that Swapo was being formed officially April 19, 1960. And the same time they're being formed, the same 1960, they issued the Declaration of Namibia. After they have issued this Declaration of Namibia through the name Swapo, now DTA was being formed or found November 5, 1977. Is it not a group that has merged after this, after Swapo has declared, do the declaration of Namibia as a country? Is it not what we are passing through? Is it not what is happening today? And what happened? Let's continue.
November 5th, 1977. Background. The DTA was the primary opposition alliance formed explicitly to counter SWAPO. It brought together numerous small, ethnically defined internal political parties and traditional leaders following the South African-sponsored Turnholler Constitutional Conference. It favored a multi-ethnic, federal system and property protections.
Are you listening to number one? Are you listening? But this number one they use is not the one that is the oldest. We are coming today. Background. DTA was the primary operation alliance formed extremely to counter SWAPO. Like the government forming Bgc Brgie to attack US declared. Now you see where Brgie fall into. They fall into the Namibia history of the organization being formed November 5, 1977. DTA. They formed them to do what? To attack Swapo. To attack the Southwest People's Organization. SWAPO, Swapo. They formed DTA to attack it. You had it here. Why South Africa purposely formed this group. And you are flowing Ogenkere. You follow Mama Duabo. You follow Bryce Okoma. You follow Shiomo Okoma. You follow Ado, no, you listen to Chiamaka Jere with the number of organizations that was being formed and being sponsored by the Nigerian government. If South Africa can form 7 groups to attack Swapo, don't you see how they are forming all this group in this movement? Now we are a country. Like after Swapo has really declared their country, after Swapo has issued the declaration of Namibia as a country. Can't you see how these people was used to attack their own? And it's happening right here. And you are clapping. You are calling him Prime Minister. Are you not supposed to be ashamed of yourself? Are you not supposed to be ashamed of yourself? Are you not a fool at 20 who is a fool at 40? Are you not a fool at 40 who is a fool at 20? So a fool at 60. Are you not a fool at 60 who is a fool at 8 like I don't know we don't go to Fulani? Are you not among them? Answer me. As you are listening to what happened in Namibia, if you doubt Namibia, I give you Algeria. If you doubt Algeria, I give you Angola. If you doubt Angola, I give you Sierra Leone. If you doubt Sierra Leone, I give you South Africa. For that regime, Nelson Mandela. I can give you up to 15 countries. I can give you Somalia. I can give you Syria. I can give you Poland. I can give you Ireland. I can give you history of Belgium. That is what we are passing through today. It brought together numerous small ethnic defined internal political press and traditional leaders flowing the South Africa sponsor. South Africa sponsoring TDA, Constitution Conference. It formed a multiple entity, federal system and the property protections. They have been doing them together with different people, different organizations today. That is why a woman who attacked Obatobia, Simon Ebanjoko, is the one working with Chiamaka Jere today. And they give her what was the second in command of the evil minister. The woman called Nkiru. that the two attacking US were declared. And you are listening to them. But do you remember here that they said they called this DTA a small group being formed? You had it here that was being formed by South Africa. To do what? To attack Swapo direct. That is why they formed them, like Brgie. That is today claiming they are lobbying in Washington, D.C. That they are in Washington. That we are congressmen. We are making it to happen. The same method of South Africa. That is what is happening. And you allow yourself to be used. And you are among them. Listen to this history. And pay attention. Then for you to know US will declare is the only hope.
2. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU, date founded, September 27th, 1959.
This is the first organization in South Africa that are like Massob and Ipob. In fact, they are like Massob. Because Massob is the oldest organization we have. Is it not true? They are like Massob. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. Do you see how the name sound? This was the first organization that happened that formed in Namibia movement. This is the first people that started the movement. This is the first people. SWANU is the first because the date found September 27, 1959 is when this organization was being found. Remember that SWSPO was being found April 1960. This particular one used 1 year and some months to senior SWAPO, Swapo, South West Africa People's Organization, that issue official declaration of Namibia in 1960. Background.
SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. While it also opposed South African colonial rule, it grew to strongly oppose SWAPO's political dominance and monopoly on international recognition. In the lead-up to the 1989 elections, SWANU factions joined broader opposition fronts to challenge SWAPO electorally.
Are you hearing it? Now, this is, in fact, I give this to Ipob with reason, because they are only good that are doing what's their thing. They can stop the effort to be recognized under US declared. Forget Ogen Crc, it's just a small group, like we had it here. Ogen Crc is just a small group. If Namibia can succeed, become a country after 7GROUP attacking only one, what else are you waiting for? What else do you need to know for you to know that any government in exile with official declaration first is the only legitimate government of a nation in waiting that the world will grant recognition? I am asking you, what are you thinking about it? Now, compare this to all the groups that are messing around today, social media, claiming they are fighting for Biafra for you without issue official declared. What is your take home in this? And what is in your mind? Can't you see how every other countries and the movement happens. That you need to be a strong person. That what we are passing through today, that people has gone through that in the past. They succeeded. They are all countries today. That is my message to you. I want you to know that none of this group will stop USB to achieve recognition, because the 7 that was attacking the Swapo, that issue official declaration of Namibia, they never succeed, they never win. That is why when I said, when you go down deep in the history, you will understand what is the legal power of peaceful declaration that people of Biafra, that the United States of Biafra did on November the 20th, 1924. You do not understand it because the message never chooses you to come. But if the message chooses you to come, then the message will make you to understand the value of the message and how the message will be delivered finally to the end, to the last bus stop. To the what? To the last bus stop. Until a message get to the last bus stop. That is when the message is fully delivered. Today, we are on the last bus stop of having our nation. The message has been delivered. The only one thing that we are looking at this stage, waiting for, is what also the people of Namibia waited in their own time. That is what we are waiting for. There is no other thing. Another thing is what that you are doing today. You are on your own doing it. And I want you to know that that thing can never stop us having Biafra recognition, because the 7 group that was attacking Swapo never stopped Swapo from achieving recognition. They did not stop Swapo from achieving what? Recognition. So you, with your BGC, and all those that are following you, can never stop USB to achieve official recognition. The 8 group has emerged. The 8 group never stopped. The 7 group, never stopped Swapo that issue official declaration of a country called Republic of Namibia. Now, on the background of the first organization that formed in movement of Namibia, the first was SWANU, was the first, being found in September 27, 1959. It was VK with Massob. Background. SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. Are you hearing it? They are the first. They are what? The first group for the Namibian national liberation movement. Like Massob. I am not going to take it away from them. But that is the truth. But what happens? What happened is when they said, he who first starts running is not the first is not the one to win first position. That is the truth. The first boss who lived to travel to Lagos is not the first to reach in Lagos State. It's not happened to you. Even in that Europe where you are, some buses you enter that move first come behind. That is where we are. Ndị kwuregwu asị na overtake isi ala akpa gị ịpụ na akpa onye ọzọ. Ifu na onye na-abịa na enwe power karịa gị nwa na ọmụ ya na-eme karịa gị nwa, ịcha n'ụzọ ka o meruo ya n'isi. These are the areas we needed to touch light. that needs to come into your mind, all of you at the back of this stage, and you that is following them, and you that is following them. What is your problem? The time has come, I think, when I will unblock all of you for you to come and listen to this program. I think that time is now. We shall find all of it that I blocked, that I put in the darkest side of my page, to bring you out so you can come and listen to the truth and stop doing yourself more harm than good. Now we proceed. Why it also opposed South Africa colonial rule? This first organization that was being formed in September 27, 1959, that's called SWANU. Have you seen in the word IPOB that you are not the first in the world that forms organization? Massob, you are not the first. Brgie, with the name Republic of Biafra Government in Exile, is not the first organization in the world. That every country at a time have a name starting with organization and ended up being a country. It's only you with your name Ipob and Massob remain on the protest and the slogan you are doing. Have any country in this world use protests to achieve their country? That is my question to you. And some people say that we don't need to check the other people's history. Who said that? You. You're not the one to decide. That country where you are, before you travel there, people have been traveled there. So what you did is to repeat the history of those who traveled to that country. You repeated the history of those who traveled in that country where you are. You repeated the history. And the Master Kanu said, give us an example of history. I will have to, example of country's history that we have to shake and replicate their history for us to have our own nation of Biafra to end up Nigeria. Do you doubt it? Listen to this voice before I come back. Just go to the voice. So in case, if you are doubting what I said right now, that's why I said this audio, I will be playing it time without number. So if you are doubting what we are doing, so you can stop. I know that this is the reality that we have to follow up.
The method in our madness. We are very, very strategic in terms of our approach, not just to the disintegration of the damnable zoological republic, but its disembowelment. I did promise you many years ago that by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name Nigeria will no longer exist. That is where we are heading to. And for us to be able to accomplish that, we need to recreate the scenario of Yemen, the scenario of Syria, the scenario of Somalia, in the northern part of the damnable zoological republic. And there is only one way we are going to achieve that.
I hope you listen to this from us and the Kanu. Now you believe in US declared via government in exile, right? We are repeating the history of Namibia, how Namibia transitioned from, they did their movement from the organization into government in exile quickly and issued declaration. That is what we are doing. That's why we need to follow the template. And there's nothing you can tell me that you will change my forefathers' adage. That you need to look at somebody, if what we are doing could not be able to justify or complete immediately, that you have to look at this history of people and follow what they did. Through that means you can also do your own. this is what is important at this stage that we are into, that all of us have to key in and listen and believe and work towards that usually declared is working for, which is what? Recognition. There is no amount of group that will stop you usually declared with this legal document. Don't you hear from the beginning of this program that the word said that people of Namibia, that Swapo is that issue declaration is the legitimate government that is representing the people of Republic of Namibia. You will first put yourself as a country before other countries will address you as a country. It's not about what you think and how you feel. It's not even about me. Let's continue. On the second organization that emerged in South Africa, in Namibia movement. Let's continue. It grows to the strongest, it grows to strongly oppose these people, the first group, Swapo. Sorry, SWANU, like Massob, opposing with Ipob, opposing usually declared. They say that distance themselves out from this, that they are not in charge, that they don't believe in that declaration. What's happened is what this group did, is what Massob and Ipob is doing today. They never accept that Biafra has been declared. They are playing a deaf ear on it. Let's read it down. Oppose Swapo, political dominance, and the monopoly on international recognition. They oppose that the world should never recognize Swapo as the one who redeclared or who made the declaration of Republic of Namibia as a country. They come against it. Is it not what Adapole you see at my back today is doing? Is it not what Sonny Abakra Timbom is doing? Is it not what Oge Okeri Onyohi is doing? Is it not what Chiamaka Jere Onwezi is doing? Iruopo. Is it not what Sado Nowu is doing today? Bryce no Koma, Shomo Koma. Is it not what the people of Namibia did to their people? That integration is what they are doing today. Is it not what they are repeating today? It's not what they are representing. They are all representing this 7 group that emerged after the declaration of Namibia as a country. 7 different groups against one. You have today Ipob against USB declared. You have BGC against USB declared. You have Massob against USB declared. You have CRC against USB declared. You have the criminal Brgie Ogenkere against USB declared. You have uncheckable Go 247 against USB declared. You have Madam, we have what is this new one? All of them against. That is how the world, that is how evil always against the truth. That is how the world was against Christ and said, look at Indiori here. Look at all these criminals. Look at all these class of truth that will cry Hadaino at last. They are going to do what? Cry Hadaino at last. Please, if it touches your mind to like and share, you do. If it doesn't please your conscience, please keep your hand. Just continue. In the lead up to the 1989 election, SWANU function joined border operation front to challenge Swapo movements for recognition. they joined what? Oppressor, which is South Africa. They joined. In the returns, they are not really in good terms with South Africa movement, because they are from that name, SWANU, is the first Southwest Africa National Union is their name. Southwest Africa National Union is the first ever organization that started the movement of Namibia. They are the one that started the movement of Namibia. But they are there like Massob and Ipob, Swapo, that was formed in April 1966, officially issued what? The declaration of a country called Republic of Namibia. Now, this old one, which was being formed September 27, 1956, was against Swapo, that was being formed April 19, 1966, that issued the declaration of Republic of Namibia. They joined hands with South Africa, trying to destroy it because of what? They are not the one. The same way Ipob and Massob have joined hands to destroy US we declared. But can you believe that this organization that is 7 against 1 never wins Swapo? That the United Nations, that's America, they all recognize Swapo as the only first legitimate government of people of Namibia that issued a declaration openly and said, what we want, that we want Namibia as a country. This is our country. Not those. The first one that was, their name was Southwest Africa National Union, which is an abbreviation, SWANU. This is the one that was first, like when you talk about Massob. They are the first in Namibia movement. Look at it here. Background, date being founded, September 27, 1959. Which year did SWAPO was being found? The SWAPO was being found April 19, 1960. 1 year gap. They continue to claim seniority. That we are the ones in this movement. We are here to solve all this. Why is it this one that just come out? He's the one I want to organize. And the United Nations tell them, you never met the criteria to become a country. Ndị Ipob and ndị Massob, ndị Bgc and ndị Okore Baba. The criminals. The international community and every country ignored the so-called number 1 in the movement of Namibia, which their name is Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. That is the first movement, organization that start talking about the liberation of people of Namibia. But they could not be able to do it because those are there are like in the Ipob and the Massob, the Swapo, the Tikonkom, the noisemakers, and like those at my backstage today. When you look at the history of what happened, they said, how could this group that we are here before they came take dominion, and they are the one that the world is talking about? The same way today, the USB redeclared Biafran map has entered in the world stage map with the name and title United States of Biafra, not Republic of Biafra. What is there is what? United States of Biafra. Anybody who's going to recognize Biafra will use the name United States of Biafra, not Biafra Republic. That one has died, and we resurrect it back through the title that all these criminals at my back followed up Atobie. On a job Atobie called a meeting for us to adopt a name. They all voted that the name is what? United state of what? Biafra. Is it not what you voted? Is it not? In your safe referendum vote, what is there? Is it Brgie? How could your mother, after giving birth to you, give you a name? You said, no, I am not going to answer this. I will answer my mother's name or my father's name until the word as I start talking. Until I know the meaning of my name. Hi. Go ahead and run it far. Onye tiri unu alika akwụ n'isi. Onye hejire n'ime ndụ unu ma sie ya one penta rice. Onye riri unu ma onye unu change. What Ojukwu fought for? Black man brain that does not move forward, always at back of his face. Only those in usually declared are those that their brain at their front, and they can see roads. Remember, what we are doing today, that Namibia has 7 organizations. I am here today to prove you these 7. 1 was the first, 6 was after the declaration. The names we have before the declaration is what? Ipob and Massob. Today, I may not remember all the names, but I know about Brgie Ogenkere, the criminal, the mechanic man, na tight knot, moto, na sneji fuel, sanji moto mado. She has blow your ATM. And you know a folly. If Elias really watched that this man had nothing to offer, and no here about one bonzo, here about one mugu. Can you say when not you're going to see an abam? Omega give what you're on your keep or second ham and not going to kiss you. You a madman by Free no can carry. And the man mad wabo. Chiomo coma, Bryce no coma. No to let us. Solomon Nkwocha, old fool. A movement or protest or revolution is in the hands of the youth. That's why I said the age of Solomon, the wisdom of the oldest man who said that in the world has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. The age of Melchizedek, the oldest man in the world, has nothing to do with the strength of David. Ikel Ranomazi. Ndi David and DVD is not a way of having Biafra as a country. Ndi David. Nandi, what is the all these organizations? Your age has nothing to do to restore Biafra as a country. Because with you and your Avid, he was there at age of Mazen and the Kano, he take over. Having a country is not by age of old fools that cannot do anything at the age where Simon Mazen can take over the movement. Where are you then? Where were you? When Simon took over, when Mazen took over at his age, in a Avid, there are 2. Avid and the VDV, or whatever I call them. That's why I use this word. Age of the oldest man in the world is Melchizedek. Go and check the history very well. His age has nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon and the strength of David. I don't care about all of you because all of you are bunch of black man brain. Enemies of yourself that has nothing to offer. In Azavid, in Azal, whatever you call them in America, do I care? Who do they help? Igbo World Congress, all of them are the same people. Okochukwu are the same people. That's Nigeria, in the name of Nigeria, made them to form Avede or Devede. Please, what is their name? I want these 2 names. Obato will be distance himself from all of you. Even Mazen Nandekan. What is this name of, is it Avid and what the other one? Because all I need to be tagged here to make up of Namibia history fully, what they're representing today. None of them are the Biafra has been declared. And I'm Avid. 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 As no name mazalo chog okenye kpoudo. Kedi ko si bu ndi okenye Avid ga bi bra e wotra Biafra se country. Ejeka mi de ko yisi awu ihe mara. Ejeka mi je ko yisi awu ihe mara. That is the truth of the matter. In as Avid. In as DVD. This oldest organization in Namibia was against Swapo, trying to tell UN, no, it's not them we are here. They said, you never met the criteria. You did not give us what it takes to give you that. And they asked them, where is your constitution? Ndi SWANU enwerekwa constitution. I say Swapo, where's constitution? For appear na table, Gwagam. Where is your roadmap? Or appear na table, Gwagam. Where is your territory? Or appear na roadmap, Gwagam. Your state names, or appear na table about Namibia, Gwagam. Where is your documents? What is those who sign? What is the signature of those who sign that Namibia should be a country? For you na table. Kenki Gelu, ndi Avid, and the Ipob, and the Massob, and the Bgc, na CRC, na Operation Python, all of you. Which one are you going to give to the world? This is the document that Namibia give, SWAPO give, and Namibia becomes recognition. And they said, the legitimate government we know in Namibia is SWAPO. That all of you should go back and beg. The 7GROUP went down and begged. Today, Namibia, even on the days of election in 1990, SWANU as a party name come out. All these organizations, about 7 party names, all of them turned themselves into party name. They want to win the president. And what happened? The SWAPO was the one that won the election, and they become the first president in the world. The leader who was arrested, put in prison, when a woman was seconded her, the man take over. Today, that woman who did everything for Namibia to become a country, she is the president of Namibia right now. Do you know that? I owe you no apology. Because now for IPOB, a wolo Biafra too much. Mbo massacre IPOB on the protest. Igbocha massacre IPOB on the protest. Oyimbo massacre IPOB on the protest. Enugu massacre, Emene massacre on the name of IPOB on the protest. Tell me what this name has never done. The name that brought sorrow, pains, and the bad name to us. The name IPOB organization. What was the mindset of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Forming this organization is not what in the minds of the criminals, the arboros that took over, that enter. That's where they are in the country, they do not have a job. Where they are in the country, where they are, they have nothing to offer. Only what they can offer is to do what? To come, use them of IPOB as Biafra to get asylum. Do you also know the slaves that are following them? They are paying them money every month. If you don't pay that money, you are gone. Why are you not asking the question? Why are they telling you don't follow Simon? Don't ask question in this meeting. I want you that want to do protest on 18th of June in UK. Ask your leaders, the organizers, please, what country in this world have used this protest we have been doing for 14 years to achieve their country, the recognition of their country, and the UN come and said, take your country. Can you ask ya Africa why the radio suspend their goals? But can't you see neighbor into courtesan? Biafra as a country is not courtesan. Number three. Action Christian Nation, ANC. Number 3. You hear their name. Action Christian Nation, ANC, is the another group, another name of organization. Now what happened? Date found. This one was being found 1989. Registered specifically for the transition election. They did what? The number 3 group in Namibia. That is why today you have BGC in Biafra movement. In University of Biafra, they declared. What I said is, if it touches your mind to hit the like button, that's for you. I really found out that many Biafras don't like the message, but I have nothing to tell. I want to educate myself. I want to be informed. I found out that many of them don't like. They want me to be knocking back to back. What is all these inconsequentials? Those that are not holding my freedom. Those that even as they come as the group, that's what happened. That Swapo win them in Namibia. Is it in our own time that we're not going to win them? So, if you please your conscience, like the message. If it doesn't please you, leave it. Those who will hear, will hear. At Amazon can say at a time, even if it is one person that is okay with the message. Background. The ANC was an illiterate force dominated primarily by the National Party of Southwest Africa organization. Now, this group separated from the first group of Namibia that started the liberation movement of Namibia, the SWANU, the first one. That is from this group, the one called Action Christian National ACN. That is where they separated from. They now form their group. The same way CR Brgie Crc, that Muhammad Abu separated and formed his BGC. Is it not true? I want you to be connecting the dots. I want you to be connecting the dots. Is it not how from Brgie, Crc, after Muhammad had elected Crc, he don't people and form his Nigerian government to give him money, form his own group, the same way South Africa was sharing money to all the groups that was fighting against SWAPO, the Swapo. Now, which original found back in July 1925. 1925 is when this organization was being formed. The first one. They could not be active until they moved themselves out from the oldest. The oldest is what? SWANU is the oldest organization that first started the liberation of Namibia in the hands of South Africa, like Massob. From Massob, okay, this group is like, well, because they do not have weight. That is why I will not compare it with IPOB. When we find the one that's in this 7, the one that has a little weight, then we will use it to compare IPOB organization. Because the first was Massob, which is Massob take the position of SWANU. That is the first organization that started the movement. Because after we have lost the Biafran War, Massob started through Owazurike. Look at 1925. It serves to represent the interest of the particular, the interest of the people. And among their people, they started to oppose the Swapo as the authentic government of people of Namibia. They start to oppose the Swapo. They start condemning Swapo. They said no. Who asked you to declare? Like Benjamin asking Simon Epanjok, our Prime Minister. Who asked you to form government in exile? Because they know that government in exile, the end of their business has come to end. We must end this business. That Chiamaka Ajere think like Biafra is a business. That is what all of them think. They believe in this old idea that we banish one in Biafra land. Nando Kens no eri eribego. Nakaman keneri erige mechikan keribe. Meshia forever. That adage must be changed. Honestly, there's things we will protest from Biafra land need to be abolished. If you say it, you got arrested. Because all those wars have effect into what we are doing today. That is why in the IPOB, their coordinators believe that if not for us, IPOB, there's no Biafra. Who are you? Who the hell are you? Your name is Biafra. Even if your name is Biafra, are you the country that fought war, that lost over 10 million people? You don't know. You think that they are never telling you about when I finish what I'm pulling out, what I'm gathering, I will give you the numbers of what's happened in Biafran war. That's the world refused to talk. You will cry. You will stop this your rubbish, this your madness. Now, let's play the audio a little bit.
Before the UN-supervised elections and the subsequent formal implementation of independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and parties existed in Namibia. Many of these organizations actively opposed SWAPO's vision for a centralized state or its designation as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibian people. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period, complete with their founding dates. 1. Democratic Turnhall Alliance, DTA. Date founded November 5, 1977. Background. The DTA was the primary opposition alliance formed explicitly to counter SWAPO. It brought together numerous small, ethnically defined internal political parties and traditional leaders following the South African-sponsored Turnhall Constitutional
Are you here?
Conference.
South Africa was sponsoring
It favored a multi-ethnic federal system and property protections. 2. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. Date founded September 27, 1959. Background. SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. While it also opposed South African colonial rule, it grew to strongly oppose SWAPO's political dominance and monopoly on international recognition. In the lead-up to the 1989 elections, SWANU factions joined broader opposition fronts to challenge SWAPO. 3. Action Christian National, ACN. Date founded 1989, registered specifically for the transition elections. Background. The ACN was an electoral front dominated primarily by the National Party of Southwest Africa, which originally formed back in July 1925. It served to represent conservative interests, particularly among the white minority population, and was deeply opposed to SWAPO's socialist economic platforms.
Remember, number 1, oppose. There was against LPO that issued the Declaration of Namibia. There was against it. Number 2 was against. Number 3 was against. Now let's go to number 4.
National Unity Democratic Organization.
Do you hear number 4? National Unity Democratic Organization, NUDO. Names of organization. Today, you have, after our declaration, after our redeclared of our lost election, you have BGC, you have CRC, you have Fake Fallback Brgie, you have a, what do they call it? It's uncheckable. Please remind me the names if you remember, if you are here with me. Remind me some names of all these organizations that has emerged. I want to see how, when we say that the history is repeating, I want you to see it. And after listening to this program today, and you are from this inconsequential group, and you are still talking in my comment section, I wanted to unblock all of you today. I wanted to unblock all of you so you can come and you can listen. Honestly, I want to unblock all of you so you can come and listen and check where your group belong. Because -1, all this group was after the declaration of Namibia as a country. Only one. Only one. Only one. Our own is, okay, let's say minus Ipob and Massob. I try to remember how many groups that we have this time around. So to put them together, Swapo has 8. Namibia has 8. And I'm mentioning their names here. I don't do something, don't have evidence. Look at the names and listen to them. I want to understand it clearly. How many groups do we have after our declaration? Why I want to remember all of them is because of what? For them to come, whenever the program comes to them, they will listen. And they find out, when do we form our organization? When do we start to exist? If you start to exist after our declaration, you were a saboteur, you were a betrayer. The only first time we have ever gotten it right after the Biafran War, I said, from 1967 to November 28, 2024, we have never gotten it right. The only first time we got it right was 29th November 2024. It is the only time we have gotten it right. That is why all this delay has happened. The continuation of the old that was lost over how many? Calculate from 1967 to 2024, October 28. How many years and months that we failed to get it right? The only right time is that redeclaration that took place November the 20th, 2024. Like people of Swapo in Namibia. What your own is to be among this 8 group that was sabotaging the Swapo that issued the declaration of Namibia. You had it here that all this organization was against Swapo. That is how all of you is against the real, the right, the authentic, the original Biafra Republic in Exile Brgie that issued the official re-declaration of the United States of Biafra. Like Swapo. When you go to Algeria, you hear the name of that one who declared. After Algeria declared, Algeria have 9. That's not never win the original one that issued declaration. Have got to ask yourself, why is that the world always go with the declaration? The one with the declaration. Why? Why is that the world? Why is that the world in everywhere, both in Poland, both Lithuania, both Baltic state, name it, what island, both Australia? both Germany, both France, both Finland, anywhere that the world will stand with the one that issued declaration. Can't you learn your lesson? A black man with a black brain. Honestly, I am very happy because I already knew that we have gotten it right. And there is never any other time. All we are doing is over all these years was on a wrong path. And let me tell you, when something good is about to happen, the wrong people will first enter. And I challenge you to tell me, in a football match, now they are playing World Cup, example, the first team that started the open ceremony of this tournament of this 2026 World Cup, are they the one to win the World Cup? If you claim you fight for Biafra without supporting the declared with the documents and all the important documents that we have generated through our peaceful declaration, you are Obi in a boot. On the World Cup, when they were faced the World Cup, when they win, in America, la DVD, there are these two names in America. Those patrons. See, having a new country is not with the brain of the old patrons. That is why I told you that the age of Methuselah has nothing to do with the wisdom of a small boy called Solomon. The age of Methuselah have nothing to do with the strength of David. That is where we are. The power goes to the young men and the young children. That is why David and all of you, after Ojukwu lose the war, never stood up to talk about Biafra as a country. All the intellectuals in abroad, your intellectuals, you was this. Mazana cannot start campaigning for Nigeria to be a better country and decided to move and said, I don't want Nigeria. Nigeria is a broken bottle that has no reason. You did not do anything. You never did anything. You are there. In the Congress, Nandi in Tamnambum. All of you was there without doing anything. And the young boys start doing something. You're not ashamed of yourself. But if you are not, if you're good, what you will do when you say to your son is just say, Ipob Ike lazere na ụmụazị na mama lara na ụmụazị ego lara na ụmụazị ihe ọbụla lazere na ụmụazị ebe ahụ lara today ma ọ sọrọ mere eme video mere eme DVD whatever you think you are doing and you are Igbo World Congress you know Igbo World Congress what of Namibia World Congress now what are they doing? The time has come to tell everybody the bitter truth. The time has come. Like I said, whether they like it or not, the continuity of the old into the new, in the name of the old Biafra Republic, in the new United States of Biafra, whether they like it or not, if you don't like, go and hold transformer. If you don't like Daniel trailer or Daniel train, never open in a country right here. Because Nabaro Shagongele. Abaro Sigongele, Age Krungele, Nwa with law. In America, name AVD. In America, what I want to, what I do in America? In America. And the American question, what are their country? Over 80,000 abafua. No, from America. With your age, abroad. So far, you cannot stand up and face reality on the ground and support your own country. Because Nigeria, I have an uncle who told me that he better to remain in Nigeria, that Nigeria made him who we are, that Biafra might bring him down with some level of what he's doing and how much he's making. Imagine. That is why he doesn't want to join the movement. That is why he blocked me. Did I send him a message? Nigeria brought shame to me. Nigeria brought pain to me. Pain, a very big thing that when I remember, I got mad. I served Nigeria, come back with shame. I am a full member of IPOB organization under oath. When he gave me from here, the everybody I use the field, I use a meeting. I use field a meeting. Until I was alazie, larger form, how come Mujam back and didn't cabin, Lana buy 4 more 2 plane units, bro overall connector of 2 of them. Met a hand there over. When he got one about IPOB organization, and now to go there with it. Oh, okay, want bring here Kragobi organization that has no backup law, and you refuse to join a government in exile that has backup law under the international community. And you refuse to support a Gen Z movement that has law, that protects a Gen Z, that nobody in this world will arrest a woman who is piloting the affair of a lost country to give the people country. You refuse to support. Il aimait Igbo World Congress, il aimait VDV, il aimait oh God. I don't know. Nobody want to remind what I was asking. So, number 4 of the organization that emerged after the declaration of Namibia as a country. In this number 4 that emerged after the declaration of Namibia as a country, what is their work and when did they come out? Listen. Remember that SWAPO was formed 19th April 1960. Maximum. Then all this one, you see how people that are very fast know what they want. The same that year, they issue declaration because they have been doing protests with this first one. Listen. This first organization in Namibia, the first one that was being formed 1925, their name is SWANU, was the first organization that started the liberation movement of people of Namibia. Then the second one was being formed 1959. The Swapo was the third one that was being formed. That is why today you have Massob, you have IPOB. The only other one that was being formed is Simon Ebanjoko, like Swapo. Iferuo Nanke Totokre. Like the same way Swapo, that was the second. If you count they said the first one was being formed 1925. The second one was being formed September 27, 1959. The Swapo was being formed 1960. And they are the one who issued the declaration of people of Namibia, Republic of Namibia as a country. That is where we are today. That is where we are. And that is what we are doing. So whatever you may think, you on your own, no. And because of Swapo, that was the third in the movement to restore Namibia as a country, is the one that made it. We have made it because we are number 3rd. After we are the one that issued the declaration, then every other BGC, GPMG, CRC, Onewuna and their group, all of them, all of you are fake. like these 8 that are fake in the history of Namibia. Background. Okay, now we are number 4. Sorry. Date. Found September 25, 1964. After 4 years of Swapo have issued declaration. Like after PUK go 247, when they form it, connecting the dot by yourself. Background. Founded by Chief Osa Kanukanko and the hero Chief Council Nedu, was creating to advocate for the interests of the hero people, although it cooperated in anti-colonial framework. They cooperated with anti-colonial framework. It's strong to oppose, to come against SWAPO that issued the Declaration of Namibia, that is a country today. They formed their own, support South Africa, to oppose, to stop Swapo. That is why they form. That is why you see all this the pole woman here. I got the ekwenka. Okamaniro. Kwa say for Adandosho. The pole woman. Because they ba cha pole ba cha wo. Ehn bra pole. Bozi afage. Onye si na na di no completed building. Wajibezia mebe travel. Onye mụrụ ụmụ enwe ha akwụ ụgwọ isi ya. Onye na mmadụ nwa free. Aya akwụ ye nwoke ye ma nwa ebe ibire je lie ya. Ndị banya na ụdọ onye abụ kwole nwaanyị gbara kwole. And ọgba nwaanyị gbara kwole ifere apụ ya n'ihu amamihe akụ ya n'isi because ihe oge ji wee mee o ji wee gba kwole. Otu nwaanyị na onwe ibe na body count. Nwaanyị ama mmadụ dị n'ogori ya na ụwa pụtara ihe. Ọ ha nwa bụ ndị a na-ekpokwu ahịa. Ndị si na ha ama nkwe ka ọ bụrụ na Swapo ga-eme ka Namibia bụrụ country kama ha emebie ya. Ọ ihe National Unity Democrat Organization bịara ime NUDO. Ọ ihe nke ha bịara ime. Ha jere support anti-colonialism of South Africa. To do what? Try to push to stop Swapo to get recognition of Namibia as a country. Oppose Swapo, centralized leadership, and the latter became a permanent founder member of the form anti-Swapo. Ogenkere is an anti-Brgie. Ogenkere is what? Is an anti-Brgie. Now, anti-Swapo Democratic Talahin Alliance, DTA, in November 1977. There is what that happens here. It's what is going on today. BGC, CRC, and all of them. What happened here was the second, or the last organization that called DTA that was being found September 5th, 1997. Now, this number 4, the NUD that was being found September 25, 1948, they marched up together. They called themselves meeting together and said, let us march to stop Swapo. A time will come. IPOB we call Brgie. We call Sana around the Ogenkere. You know, they are together. They are working together. The same method of IPOB is the same method of what Ogenkere is doing, nothing more than that. The same method, the same way of IPOB, Chinasa Woru, ranting and shouting, is what Ogenkere is representing today. Can you say no to that? If you said no, look at the link, come inside. Because out of this 8 group, I will only do 4 today. And after that, I will continue with the other one. Because of my time. I may come back again if time permits me. If you said no, that is the link. Because not all of you are watching. If you say that what you're increasing from what IPOB is doing, please, IPOB organization, please enter and debunk me. And tell me how it's different from what IPOB is doing. Then I'll ask you a question, you ask me, no insult. That is the link. So these two has now do what? They merge together. Why do they merge together? They merge together to stop SWSPO. Like when you will see that the people they have tried to merge before now, Adando should have tried to merge with Bgc Crc to fight against USB or work. It never worked. He tried to join BGC. Did he work? It never worked. He tried to join CR. Did he work? It never worked. He joined Google 247. No man work. Because after these people in Namibia join and all these groups join together, and the only SWAPO that issued the declaration of Namibia is the only one that worked. How do you feel when only you fight against 7 people and you win them? Are you not a dogu? Are you not a hero? Or that is what USB is fasting today. If one can on utobo, okay, about the one who is 20 and is 100 naira. Oboga na one social media. Ne kuyeri, she don't want to nothing. I challenge you to bring me your platform. Can you go to my country? I challenge you. Invite me to your platform. Come on, so now probably bring me on. I am waiting for all of you. I'm never ready for all of you. Whether the IPOB, bring me to your platform. I am ready. Tell me if you win. If you tell me a country that this nonsense that all of you are doing is how to achieve their country, I follow you. Don't tell me the topic you wanted to discuss. As I come, start asking me questions. Let us dig it out. Chiamaka Ajere, I want it on your platform. Call here and send Chiamaka Ajere. Chiamaka Ajere, you know me very well. Chiamaka Ajere, different me kwanwagi. I have concluded on your head. A betrayer will always remain a betrayer. Chiamaka Ajere, kebendi do not now. I do away bajere. Hapo Simon. Boss Simon ubo nyori. Na Simon obonkozo. Chiamaka Ajere, kebi do not kwane. All go to a kiss bapu oga anwa o. The same is bapu now. Na name US kiss bapu. Baji do. Keme shara ku ibara falota. I am among those that pleaded on your behalf. I am the person who called you and said, I have pleaded with you to go 247 for you to come back. I pleaded with Mazi Okonkwo, somebody. I called them. I was the one who pleaded on your behalf. You was coming back from work. I told you that I have pleaded with them that what you need to do right now, that you have to call as we are coming to do program, render apology, and that they will do program, follow the link and enter, and I come and apologize. It's not how you come back. Otoriwa, Utobo. Utobo. Oboki step back. Then I claim I'm all BR. Chiamaka Ajere, bring me on. I want you. We go 247. Nobody am Brgie. You seem na here go amobo. Ni go amobo na echo Chiamaka Ajere. You need ya. I want to no. Na obata obi e ka bidoro ebido. You know what we have 2023 September 18. All more what go 247. Watch I all Mazi Austin Okonkwo na phone. Madam Oka mkporo. Because how been the number one. Mecha all Simmons yobo. I called because I was communicating with them when I was even on ground. Or have okay. Ugo 247 a put to call truth to me to Simon Ekpanjoku to about to Prime Minister Simon Ekpanjoku and see how about Obi. And now we needed them. We needed all this voice. But Obi I say okay. Ugo 247 come and debunk it. Okay, so debunk. Come and debunk now. Now program put through call that's my Jim to work about Obi. Or say okay, I'm going to back the Shamaka Jere. They went about to Riba no here. This is how you come back to the movement of Simon Ekpanjoku. Here we're going to 2023 November 18. Sorry, September 18. On board. So after going in now, what I can for Hancha. Officers went in the homeland. The one he refused any of us to see him. So too about them. It's not today. About that one BG to give it. But I must tell you one thing. No matter whatever you think you are doing, karma is real. Whatever you sow shall come back to you, and you will repeat. That's why it's many of you, tears will dry in your eyes. Your cup of water will turn to blood in the IPOB organization because of all the blood of the innocent Biafran or being massacred with the name of IPOB. Simon Ekpanjoku saved us. There was no massacre under the name of Simon Ekpanjoku. There was no massacre under Gongozo Arabeze. All the massacre of the Biafran people is under IPOB organization. Ndo na-agba in abroad na bịa gwa m na homeland o mere n'iru n'iru mkpọ massacre mmadụ na-abụdara ekwugo m ya before onye nke a n'aka ekpe wee ripụ ọsọ anyị na-eche na asị dọkụbọ na ewe trim ndị militant ga back up na protest asị ga na-aga na ha ga-abịa nwa obere oge before osubiri kwa n'iru anya m ka o mere mgbe Maazị Nkanụ pụtara from prison anyị jere Akwa Ibom with protest ọ na-agba egbe ebe ahụ mgbe Maazị Nkanụ na-abịa ekwusigo na Anambra steeti Odo Anambra akwụdị protest ka tata ka anyị bịa ka today ndị polisi abịala agba egbe ebe ahụ gbagbuo Biafrans postpone ya after 4 days anyị jee mkpọ I jee ekwusigo ọbụla ka o si wee mee o nwere ihe ga-agwa m every protest I was involved live and direct. Kedu ihe ahụ ị ga-ekwu about this movement except that you want to lie?
Before the UN-supervised elections and the subsequent formal implementation of independence in March 1990, several distinct political alliances and parties existed in Namibia. Many of these organizations actively opposed SWAPO's vision for a centralized state or its designation as the sole legitimate representative of the Namibian people. Here are 8 organizations that were active or formed during that period, complete with their founding dates. 1. Democratic Turnhall Alliance, DTA. Date founded November 5, 1977. Background: the DTA was the primary opposition alliance formed explicitly to counter SWAPO. It brought together numerous small, ethnically defined internal political parties and traditional leaders following the South African-sponsored Turnhall Constitutional Conference. It favored a multi-ethnic, federal system and property protections. 2. Southwest Africa National Union, SWANU. Date founded September 27, 1959. Background: SWANU was actually Namibia's very first national liberation movement. While it also opposed South African colonial rule, it grew to strongly oppose SWAPO's political dominance and monopoly on international recognition. In the lead-up to the 1989 elections, SWANU factions joined broader opposition fronts to challenge SWAPO electorally. 3. Action Christian National, ACN. Date founded 1989, registered specifically for the transition elections. Background: the ACN was an electoral front dominated primarily by the National Party of Southwest Africa, which originally formed back in July 1925. It served to represent conservative interests, particularly among the white minority population, and was deeply opposed to SWAPO's socialist economic platforms. 4. National Unity Democratic Organization, NUDO. Date founded, September 25, 1964. Background. Founded by Chief Hosea Kutako and the Herero Chiefs Council, NUDO was created to advocate for the interests of the Herero people. Although it initially cooperated in anti-colonial frameworks, it strongly opposed SWAPO's centralized leadership and later became a prominent founding member of the anti-SWAPO Democratic Turnhole Alliance (DTA) in November 1977. 5. SWAPO Democrats.
We will end it on number 4. I have proved it to you that all this organization you see today, that's what's happened in Namibia, is really the case study of the people of Biafra. How these people trying to destroy Swapo. These 4, you had it here, that 4 of them, that their work is to do what? To attack Swapo. To stop them from achieving recognition of people of Namibia. Do they stop? Do they succeed? The answer is no. That is why I told that 1 win against 7. In a battle where 7 men face you, you win. That is another example, is when US was declared their country, 1776. 500 assigned na far America brought a separate country out of the Great Britain. They want to remain under Great Britain. Mkpụrụ mmadụ 56 wee sign na anyị chọkwara nke America brought a country. Wee nwee legal documents, wee nwee signature ha. What happened? I'm still wonder why the signature of mkpụrụ mmadụ 56 we know the signature and the petition of mmadụ 500. That's after that, Morocco lesido mmadụ 500 sign ha chọọ ka America brought a country. Morocco were able first country where recognition nye ndị America. France were katakwa America anya ọzọ. Were mekwa gịnị? Were recognition nyekwa because of mkpụrụ mmadụ 56 sign their signature against 500. Orube mgbe ya amadi ihe nwa. Ọ na orube mgbe ga-ama ife. Orube mgbe ga-ama ebe ha nọ. Ọ na orube mgbe ga-ama na ihe maybe you're wasting your time. That all this your lives will backfire back on you. Then mmadụ 56 anwa bụ ha mere ka America bụrụ a country. Ka emechara n'ikpeazụ mmadụ 80,000 eburu ngwongwo fa gbafuo America till today for abuse equal citizens of America again. Punishment. Namibia bought 100 trailers. Go and check. Pack their people that was sabotaging too far to South Africa. Don't pour her down. And you know what happened? When they want to rent the trailer, they rented the trailer of the people of South Africa, and they tell them, "We are taking us somewhere." When they tell these people, they pack them in, command them with their military. All of them pack into that trailer. They reach to once they passes the border of Namibia. Namibia closed their gate and tell them to remain there. Never you come back because you're a betrayer. Choose where you want to belong. Choose your punishment by yourself. Remember, have you remembered about the country about OBM mentioned that we are going to implement what they did to those who sabotage their movement? Either South Korea or Northern Korea. Remember one of them. Choose among all these countries. Because we are villages everywhere. There will be no forgiveness. In our own constitution, there is no forgiveness. If I no emetre, ige tenki. If I emetre, ige buya. Ega ta phone. No braga ta phone jia. Ega ta phone jogging na this movement. Na aba Nigeria government ego machagareba. But also go my. Obo kwande bidro World Cup na win. Obo country host na win. Obu onye bruzo gbade igba ọsọ bruzo bido igba ọsọ na-ewu na ọsọ. Ọ na ịmara ọ bụghị onye buru ụzọ bido ịgba ọsọ ọ bụrụ ya na-ewi n'ọsọ ịmakwu n'eziokwu na ọ bụkwa ebu ụzọ lụọ nwaanyị bụ ụzọ amụta nwa na ọ bụrụ eziokwu. And because of na iburu m ụzọ lụọ nwaanyị mụta nwa ntọgodie gị ọ mmụtazie nke m ochi gazi bịa tọọ gị nwa ara agbanwala ọnụ. Use your common sense. Stop your madness. You got to do what? Stop your madness. Stop this your madness. It will not last forever. That will not be a few aka. Okwara oge ọda. Gbuore ma maka ntie ka onwe egbo ema ntikwe ka ọnwa. Misi mechie na mmetikarị ka ọnwa. Emechie ma nti. Whether you like it or not. After heavy rain, there must be a heavy sunshine. After thunder, there will be a rain. After the rain, there will be sunshine. He who laughed last, laughed the best. Atwara mata, or mata. Atwara ofeke, for any mafia. I want to end by using the word of Mazen Nandekano. For you to know that USB has done it. There is no other one. So listen to this.
The method in our madness. We are very, very strategic in terms of our approach, not just to the disintegration of the damnable zoological republic, but its disembowelment. I did promise you many years ago that by the time we are done with Nigeria, the name Nigeria will no longer exist. That is where we are heading to. And for us to be able to accomplish that, we need to recreate the scenario of Yemen, the scenario of Syria, the scenario of Somalia, in the northern part of the damnable zoological republic. And there is only one way we are going to achieve that.
Go and check the history of Syria. He said we have to do it. Go and check the history of Yemen. Imagine said to us to do it. Go and check the history of Somalia. That is what Simon Ekpanjoko introduced to us through the peaceful redeclaration through our DPM, Agumwany, the mother of nation, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, like the people of Swapo that issued the declaration that 8 group was attacked. They never win. They never win. The legal must always win illegal. Take it or you leave it. From me, from here, have a wonderful day. For now, please like and share the program if it touches your mind.